Now at 5, Pittsburgh's mayor highlights new developments in his State of the City address. Plus, new plans for the theater showing classic movies in Joplin. And
the president-elect is moving quick to put together his new administration. I'm Cristian Benavides in West Palm Beach, Florida, where his team is working on who will fill what roles.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Pittsburgh mayor says the city is strong and growing in the annual State of the City address. This is KOAM News at 5. I'm Dow Quick. Mayor Stu Hite gave Pittsburgh residents insights into the city's progress during today's address at Memorial Auditorium. Mayor cited a number of new developments in the city. Those include the expansion of Pitt Plastic, completion of the downtown redevelopment plan, the start of a new housing needs plan, improved park security, and the launch of the city trash collection service.
I do think the fact that the city got into the solid waste management, I think that's a major accomplishment to get that done in really 6 months or less. I mean, we bought equipment, we had to buy 2 brand new trucks, we had to buy the containers, we had to get the information out to the citizens, and they've responded. 1,800 and growing households that we're serving currently.
The mayor also highlighted new healthcare facilities, including recent developments with Mercy Pittsburgh. Royale Cinema Lounge in Joplin will soon be open to the community. The theater will take over the old Bookhouse Cinema location and provide the community with both an indoor and outdoor theater. They'll also have a lounge space where people can choose from a selection of movies to watch on the VCR. They plan to continue showing independent movies and classic films.
We want it to be a space that the city feels safe when they're here, and that also they feel like they can use it for what they want to use it for. And that means if you want to watch a movie that maybe I don't even like, I can probably play it for you anyway.
The space is also going to be available for people to rent. They plan to open that theater in December. The nation is grappling with a growing shortage of pharmacists and pharmacy technicians, and Missouri is particularly affected, ranking among the lowest in pharmacist to population ratios compared to neighboring states. Some experts warn that if the issue isn't addressed soon, it could evolve into a serious public health crisis.
Eventually, everyone will notice that there's not enough pharmacists. So what you're going to see is additional pharmacies close. You're going to see hours at pharmacies that are open be cut. You're going to see evening hours cut. You're going to see Saturday and Sunday hours cut, which hurts patients because there's not access to the medications that they need.
Some experts say the problem is due to low student enrollment in pharmacy programs and the fact that a lot of pharmacists are retiring. Nice day out there. Let's check in with meteorologist Lindsay Gaffney.
It was a picturesque day, but we are starting to see those upper level clouds pushing in. Mostly cloudy skies as we head into the evening. Temperatures are still in the mid 60s, and we've got northeasterly breeze. Easterly winds are starting to shift out of the south as we head into tomorrow morning as well, with gusts up to 20-25 miles per hour. Now you can see most of us are starting to see all of those clouds really pushing in, and then we're going to start to see those showers pulling in as early as 3 a.m. Those winds are going to continue to gust 15-20 miles per hour throughout the rest of the afternoon, but we do start to increase wind gust strength all the way through 30 mile per hour winds through this evening. Now, rain chances really could start as early as 3 a.m. in the western counties, though they spike in our central counties at Pittsburgh, Joplin area around 7 to 9 a.m. and then they start to taper off. Though it's going to be a gross day overall, dreary and a lot of drizzle after the first round of rain showers clears out. But I'm going to have all those details coming up.
Lindsay, we'll see you soon. President-elect Donald Trump has not made a public appearance since last week's election, but he stayed busy working at his Florida estate. That includes phone calls with world leaders, including Argentina's president, who he spoke with today. Trump is preparing to shift America's foreign policy away from what it was under President Biden. Cristian Benavides has more.
President-elect Donald Trump is previewing his priorities in the new administration with the announcement of his first cabinet picks.
Lots to do. We know the clock is ticking, but I think we'll hit the ground running.
On the foreign policy front, Trump's chosen Congressman Mike Waltz for National Security Advisor. The first Green Beret to serve in Congress has echoed Trump's complaints about the war in Ukraine.
Let's end this war in Ukraine. Let's pivot to deal with China. Let's secure our border.
Florida Senator Marco Rubio will also help shape foreign policy as Trump's expected pick for Secretary of State.
How close is this country to being dragged into some sort of global conflict? We now have troops from North Korea side by side with Russians on the ground in Ukraine.
Trump also announced he's picked former Governor Mike Huckabee to serve as ambassador to Israel, demonstrating his commitment to Benjamin Netanyahu's government, even as it fights the war in Gaza.
For Trump, foreign policy begins at the border, and the first people he's named to his administration have been tasked with a southern border crackdown and deporting millions of undocumented immigrants.
South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem is Trump's choice to head the Department of Homeland Security. DHS includes Border Patrol and Immigration and Customs officials.
Make no mistake, an invasion of our country is happening, and our border is a war zone.
Trump has also named former ICE Director Tom Homan as his border czar. Homan will work with, but not under, Noem. He will answer directly to the president. Cristian Benavides, CBS News, West Palm Beach, Florida.
Stephen Miller, Trump's newly named Deputy Chief of Staff for Policy, will also be heavily involved in border policies. He, along with Homan, helped craft the zero-tolerance immigration policy during Trump's first term in office that resulted in some migrant families being separated at the border. Today, the 118th Congress returns for what's known as a lame duck session. This happens in November when Congress is in session before the start of a new Congress. New members who won their races last week are headed to Capitol Hill for orientation, while House GOP leaders are laying out their priorities and Senate Republicans prepare to choose a new leader. Republicans won control of the Senate and are expected to keep control of the House, with a few races still to be decided. The number of heart attacks due to obesity is skyrocketing. We're going to have the numbers for you just ahead, and protecting your family from foodborne illness. Those stories next in Health Watch. Topping today's Health Watch, heart attack deaths due to obesity have skyrocketed over the last 25 years. An analysis of CDC data shows a 180% increase in obesity-related heart disease deaths between 1999 and 2020. The biggest increases are among middle-aged men, Black adults, people who live in the Midwest, and people in rural America. If you've ever had food poisoning, you know it's not a fun experience. About 1 in 6 Americans contract foodborne diseases each year. Nancy Chen joined forces with a food safety expert. They poked around in 3 families' kitchens to highlight ways to keep them safe.
Across the country, people have been getting sick from their food. A CBS News analysis found foodborne illnesses have increased 42% since 2013 in regions the CDC monitors. While we can't always control what happens outside our home, inside, we can take preventative measures to avoid foodborne illnesses. It starts in the kitchen.
We gathered a group of homeowners who were willing to let us in to talk safety. What they don't know is we'll be looking at all the nooks and crannies of their kitchens with Donnie Yu, a food safety expert, an instructor with Premier Food Safety.
We're at the home of Katie and Joe Rissian in New Jersey. In the fridge, he finds his first offense, uncovered food.
Right here, you have some apples. They're just exposed. Oh no, what is this? Come on!
All this can cause bacteria to grow and make you sick. He also recommends color-coding chopping boards to prevent cross-contamination.
The yellow cutting board is to chop your raw chicken. And then the red is for your red meats. And then the green one is pretty much for your veggies.
Off to our next home.
Hi, Harold.
Meet Harold and Yal Reyes. You notices the overpacked fridge and freezer.
It's a bit difficult to close your freezer.
That can cause poor circulation or cold air to leak. Refrigerators should be 40 degrees or cooler, and freezers 0. The biggest violation, how they stored raw chicken, which can have salmonella.
Chicken contains these raw juices, which can potentially drip.
Things went downhill at the home of Carrie and John Barrett.
This expired earlier in the year, so this has to be discarded.
He warns not to neglect the oven hood.
As the oil gets so heavy, it can start dripping into your food, and that's going to cause contamination.
Would you eat in this kitchen?
No.
I'm sorry, guys.
You're not invited anyway.
Nancy Chen, CBS News, Sparta, New Jersey.
Wow, what do you think about your kitchen or mine? When you're cooking, food safety experts say it's critical to make sure you cook foods at the right internal temperatures. That's 165 degrees for all poultry and 145 for beef, pork, and veal, and allow it to rest for at least 3 minutes. That's according to the USDA. Differences in education and income could play a big role in the health of pregnant women. A study presented by the American Heart Association looked at the heart health of women for the first 7 years after they had a baby. They found socioeconomic factors, including health insurance status and health literacy, can put women at risk for heart disease, and those factors might explain racial and ethnic disparities in health. That is a look at today's health news. A little bit later, why some manufacturers are making consumer products from bacteria.
And we've got rain showers starting early in the morning. I'm going to talk about that right after the break. Overall, today was a really nice day. We did have increasing clouds and increasing winds, but it's looking pretty good. Taking a look outside, Indigo Sky Casino and Resort out in Seneca, Missouri. Still have mostly cloudy skies, though those are upper level clouds, so ice clouds. We get a lot of sunshine still through them, although the sunshine is limited as we're heading into the evening hours. Now, clouds are going to continue, but if you look just outside of Nebraska, you can see those clouds. Actually, those are what's going to be bringing us our rain showers in just several hours as we head into the morning hours on Wednesday. Now tonight, mostly cloudy skies, temperatures dropping down to just about 50 degrees, so low 50s across the area. And we are going to have winds gusting 25 to 30 miles per hour throughout the rest of the overnight hours. Taking a look now, 10 p.m., Mount Vernon 25 miles per hour, Joplin about 20 miles per hour, 22 miles per hour up in the northwest. And those continue, but as we start to see the morning hours kind of moving in and that boundary pushing into our area as well, winds die down. However, they pick back up right behind our front. So tomorrow afternoon and into Thursday, those winds are going to start gusting back up to 30, even pushing 40 miles per hour. Starting off the morning, though, pretty rainy. Temperatures are going to be in the low 50s. We're really only warming up to mid to upper 50s by noon, so we're not warming up too much tomorrow because of those rain showers and that cold front as well. It's going to be raining all day, though not heavy rain, mostly just some light scattered showers throughout the early morning hours and then a drizzle as we head into the afternoon. So we're going to walk through the overnight hours and into tomorrow, mostly cloudy skies. Again, temperatures dropping down to low 50s. By 3 a.m., those showers are going to start to push into our western counties, hitting Yates Center, Coffeyville, Independence, Parsons by about 6 a.m. Now it's going to continue to push in right along our Kansas-Missouri border and into Oklahoma, Miami, Bonita, all about 8:30 in the morning. So that's Fort Scott and pushing into Nevada and even just outside of the metro. Now, it's going to continue to push into the metro closer to 10 a.m. and then starting to move off to the east by about 11:30, 12. So it's mostly just some morning showers. However, as we head into the afternoon, we have a lot of drizzle still with those clouds that are going to continue throughout the early afternoon hours. Now this is about 1:30 p.m. so still overcast, still drizzle. It's going to be gross and dreary all the way until the early evening when those clouds finally clear out and we start to see the sunshine again. That's going to continue through the rest of the work week. Now not a lot of rain accumulation, unfortunately, only about a half an inch in some areas, Nevada, maybe even Grove, but the rest of us really only seeing 1/10 of an inch to 1/4 of an inch. Unfortunately, not a lot of rain. However, it's not the last chance of rain that we're going to see on this forecast period. After we get done with our gross, dreary day on Wednesday, Thursday and Friday, a lot better, sunnier, and we start to warm back up to the upper 60s through Saturday. Now, clouds start to increase Saturday and Sunday, mostly cloudy skies, though we do have those late showers pushing in. Heavier rain on Monday, and we could even see a low-end severe threat for Monday as well, and then a pretty unsettled pattern throughout the rest of the week.
A bit more rain would certainly be welcome for most people.
Oh, yes, definitely.
Lindsay, thanks. Hey, the 22nd Annual Crowder College Foundation Festival of Wreaths is underway right now. This is a live look at that event in the Elsie Plaster Community Center on the Neosho campus. Hundreds of items are sold through an electronic silent auction. Also, a live auction is going to begin at 6:30 p.m. in the auditorium. Organizers say holiday wreaths and decor are the mainstay of the Festival of Wreaths, of course, but other auction merchandise, including everything from gift baskets and apparel to trips, electronics, and Household items are also on sale. Last year's event raised more than $95,000 for scholarships and program support. Coming up, a price war among shipping competitors. Topping today's Consumer Watch, some changing market forces and a different seasonal holiday calendar are bringing back a price war era for two shipping competitors. A Wall Street Journal report says FedEx and UPS are ramping up a price war. Smaller sized businesses are getting discounts now during tighter competition, and other delivery services such as the U.S. Postal Service, Amazon's own delivery, and Walmart's same-day delivery service means more pricing strategies for FedEx and UPS. Some streaming services are seeing an uptick in users pausing their subscriptions instead of canceling altogether. Subscription pausers tend to take a break from a certain service until new episodes of their favorite shows appear. While the trend is driving some companies to ensure they have content to keep customers interested year-round, others like Hulu play into subscription pausing by giving users an option to cancel the service for a number of weeks. Designers have created a luxury handbag made from bacteria to help protect our planet. As Tina Kraus shows us, scientists are looking to roll out other lab-grown products too.
So this is the famous bag.
The style of this luxury handbag is shaped by science with bacteria grown in a lab, which morphs into a strong and eco-friendly alternative to leather when it's mixed with a natural textile and dyed. Creators say it generates up to 65 times fewer greenhouse gas emissions than genuine leather from cattle, which give off huge amounts of planet-heating gases.
A lot of young people today are worried about the future, are worried about the planet and where it's going to be in a few decades. They have ethical concerns around animal cruelty.
A biotech company in London says the concept of engineering biology can help create all sorts of greener and sustainable products. Designers are working to develop a range of accessories like sneakers.
We're also looking at automotive applications, so you have car seats.
The synthetic solutions have impressed the UK's top scientists.
I feel like we are seeing the beginning of a big revolution that will make a lot of manufacturing much less polluting and much more sustainable for the long run.
A group of researchers in eastern England are using the same science to create a superfood, turning algae into a dairy-free powder packed with protein to make muffins.
This would be better for the environment and actually healthier. This muffin is 25% reduced in calories and 65% reduced in fat.
Scientists call it the power of nature, nourishing people and the planet. Tina Kraus, CBS News, London.
Now, those who've tasted those lab-grown muffins, they say the flavor is the same, and they say they wouldn't know the difference. A final check of the forecast next. Up next on the CBS Evening News, an effort to rebuild community trust of the Tulsa Police Department. Then on KOAM News at 6, a closer look at a shortage of pharmacists in Southwest Missouri and what that could mean for your future prescriptions. Plus, we're going to talk with the operators of Royale Cinema that'll open soon in Joplin and hear just what it's going to offer to film fans. And a preview of Missouri Southern's women's basketball home opener tonight. Stay with us for the CBS Evening News and then KOAM News at 6. The Tyrannosaurus Rex at London's Natural History Museum debuted its new Christmas sweater and hat. In this makeover today, visitors to the dinosaur gallery get to see the famous animatronic dinosaur in its festive attire free of charge throughout the Christmas season. Look at that. The jumper was created exclusively for the museum by a UK-based social enterprise. So how do you get a sweater on a T-Rex? Besides, of course, very carefully. They say it takes a lot of people, and the secret is there's a zipper in the back. But it's what all the fashionable T-Rexes are wearing this year.
That's what I put my dogs in. They get their little Christmas sweaters
Really?
too. Oh yeah, definitely. We have matching Christmas sweaters actually.
You and the dogs?
Yes, every year.
Perfect. The weather.
Weather is looking pretty good. We do have a gross rainy day tomorrow, mostly rain in the morning, dreary in the afternoon.
Well, we needed the rain. Thanks for joining us. CBS Evening News is next. Of course, we'll be right back here at 6. Let's make it a great evening.